This is a Robosen Signature Series Optimus Prime from the Rise of the Beast movie. This guy looks amazing. He's highly detailed, all the paintwork and coloring is done extremely well, and he comes with a lot of accessories. A quick thank you to Robosen for sending this to me. They also sent me a Bumblebee figure, so keep an eye out for this review. First, let's take a moment to look at all the detail this figure has. The head looks amazing, and he features LED eyes, so he doesn't look dead inside, unlike me. I love the movie-accurate designs on the mask. The chest piece, arms, abdomen, legs, and feet all look really great. Even from the back, this figure stands out. If you open up the chest, you do get a matrix of leadership. It's not removable or anything, it is molded in there, but there is a lot of detail going on all the way in here. The box it comes in really gives off the vibe that this is a high-end product. It's all packaged in 2 levels of foam. This is the first layer. The coin seems to be falling out though. Everything is packaged pretty well in there. That big gaping hole is a representation of the hollowness inside me. Major depression aside though, underneath that is where the stand, charging cable, and instructions are. Now let's go over the accessories. The stand he comes with is massive. When taking the figure out, make sure you press this button. I was an idiot and forced it out, which caused the stand to get damaged. I'm not very smart. So it comes with 2 trigger hands. These are the ones that are already attached to the figure when you take him out of the box. 2 fist hands, 2 relaxed hands, 2 very open hands, 2 holding hands, and a hand where he's pointing with 2 fingers. Get your dirty thoughts out of here. The sculpt and paintwork on all these hands is done really well. They each have a nice weathered look to them, and you can see some mechanical detail on the fingers. And each hand is attached via ball joint. Next we have his ion blaster, and this is huge. The paint job and weathering on here is done fantastically. There's a button back here. If you press, it'll light up from the front, but this is just extremely gorgeous. You also get his axe. This is done really well. I like the tiny bits of blue inside. You also get 2 swords, and then once again, these are done really well. You have a bit of what I describe as the robot mode over here, so it blends in when you put this on the figure. There's also these 2 sword handles. You can take the blade out of this to attach it in here. I just haven't been able to do it because it seems like it's stuck on there pretty well, and I don't want to risk breaking anything, so I just kind of choose to leave it as is. And lastly, you get a coin and a base for the coin. The base of the coin says Robosen and has the Autobot insignia on there. This has a decent weight to it, it's not too heavy, and it looks gorgeous. Autobot insignia at the front, and you got like words on it and stuff. Turn it over, you get Optimus Prime there. Makes a nice noise when you flip it. Oh, I was gonna try to catch that. And lastly, all the stuff to charge the thing. The charging port is on the back of the figure, right where his ass is. Now, I want to take a moment to dwell further into the detail of this figure, because oh my god, there is a lot. Everything on the arms just looks absolutely great. The smokestacks at the top are kind of singed, which adds a really nice touch. The abdomen section looks great. I'm loving the Autobot insignia. A lot of great detail on the inside of the legs, rubber tires. These parts on the side look very intricate. This section around the knee, the back of the figure looking great. It feels like these parts could actually move. Now, this is Robosen's second Optimus Prime. The first one, as you know, is G1 inspired. It can transform and walk on its own, but unfortunately this one cannot do any of that. Now, the transformation, I understand, the design is way too complex for this figure to be able to transform. The first Robosen Optimus Prime is very simplistic, making it much easier for that figure to be able to transform, so I understand that, but I do still wish this figure could walk. Regardless though, this is an amazing, highly detailed piece of technology. Now, my assumption as to why the figure can't walk is so the proportions of this figure can be as accurate to the movie as possible, and I'm assuming here, the further you go down the legs, the wider they would have to become to give this figure the ability to walk. Or they would have to just give him really big feet. But since, you know, I'm not an engineer, leave a comment down below letting me know if I'm right or wrong. The power button is on his back. Hold it for a few seconds and the LED eyes will kick in. Now let's go over the voice commands. Just like with the other Optimus Prime, you start each command with "Hey Optimus Prime."
Greetings.
Hello.
Greetings, friend. I am Optimus Prime.
Dance. What can you do?
On my home world, we believe that the battle with darkness will continue till all are one. If we are to die, then we will die fighting, all as one.
Victory.
Victory is our destiny. Victory does not come lightly.
If you press the button on the back, he does his pose, and that'll just make it a bit easier to remove his hands so you can attach the other hands so you can attach his weapons. There we go.
Right hip is stuck.
Oh no.
Reboot to restore.
No. No. Oh, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Don't attack me. Open fire.
Autobots, engage the enemy.
For size comparisons, here he is next to the Elite Robosen Optimus Prime, my knockoff masterpiece, and the optional girl. This one's very important. Now, I want to take a moment to look at the differences between these two. So, as you can see, they look very different. Okay, now moving on. He also comes with the Bluetooth app so you can control him. To connect him to the Bluetooth, press the button on the back twice.
Please open the app and connect the robot.
Objective accomplished.
There's several different modes here. Let's take a brief look at the Bluetooth control and make sure he's on the stand when you do this, otherwise he will fall over. So if I were to set his right hand to the energon swords and then tap that, he'll start to perform the action. No sound effects or voice lines, just the action itself. If you go to custom programming, there's a block programming mode and a manual programming mode where you can program this guy to have custom movements. I wanted to make him do caramel dancing, but I just didn't have the time. Unlike the other Robosen Optimus Primes, this figure can stand on its own when it's powered off. The other one would just try to make out with my figures.
What are you doing? I may be low on energon, but I'm not low on love. Baka!
I would also recommend keeping him on the stand when he is powered off. And while the figure is off, you can also still kind of pose him. So that's pretty cool. I do want to point out that this figure does seem like it has less mobility than the other one. Probably because this one has 21 servos instead of 27. It doesn't need those extra servos because it doesn't transform, but the movements do seem a little bit less dynamic. At least in my opinion, I want to know what you think in the comments. I'm going to go over the major points of articulation on this figure now. I don't recommend moving the servos too much. The head can move, the arms can go out this far, they can come up all the way here, rotation at the biceps, an elbow bend, the leg can move forward, there is a foot pivot, and the feet can move up. The legs can move out to the side right there, and you can bring the legs all the way back. Now, if we go to the action library, we can see all the commands this figure has. Ignore these walk ones, I was just testing something out. It didn't go well. Volley basically means it has to be done on the stand. This one is attack volley.
Time is running out. Prepare for battle. The battle is won, but the war is far from over.
Report.
Optimus Prime, reporting for duty.
Legend.
Until that day. Hero till the end.
Maximal.
Autobots, Maximals, roll out!
Can do.
We are autonomous robot organisms. We will always protect our home, Earth.
So this figure is really amazing. It's highly detailed, the paint application is good. It's a really cool piece of technology that comes with a lot of accessories. But is he worth buying since he can't transform or walk? Well, that's up for you to decide. I'm not your dad. Make your own decisions. I believe in you. Now go take out the trash. If you do want to buy him, there's an affiliate link in the description below. Now check out some of my other videos. I have so many videos. And a big thank you to all my patrons who support me on Patreon.